Hey everybody, hopefully all of you are doing well. I'm going to start this video off with a confession. My oven has died. Can't use the top of the stove, can't use the oven. It is gone. So I'm going to put my frustrations to the side and I'm going to make you guys some lemon pepper, garlic, and rosemary chicken wings. This is some of my best work. Let's get into it. For this recipe, we only need some lemon pepper. That's GDS's lemon pepper. You can find that at gdseasoning.com. It already contains salt, no MSG. I have some fresh rosemary, some fresh garlic, the whole head, some smoked paprika, some garlic oil, and some fresh lemon juice. And I'm just going to put all of the ingredients into a blender and blend it up until it's nice and smooth. You can still have a little bit of texture, but we do want the garlic and the rosemary to be relatively small. The garlic oil that I'm going to be using in this recipe is a garlic extra virgin olive oil that I get at Trader Joe's. I did a haul on this oil, but if you can't find it, go ahead and use a regular extra virgin olive oil. Now I have 4.5 pounds. The recipe will call for 4.5 to 5 pounds of wings. They already been cleaned and patted dry. You don't want any water in the bottom of this bowl when you pour the marinade in. You don't want this marinade watered down at all. Trust me, let it do its own work and make sure your wings are nice and dry. And then you're just going to rub that marinade right into the wings. Take your time. Go ahead and make sure all of the wings are nice and saturated. And I did this last night, so this is a night before process. You're going to do this the day prior, and I let them marinate 8 to 10 hours easily. I'm using a bowl for the marinating process with a tight lid. You can also use a bag if you don't have the space in your refrigerator. It's real easy to do. The next morning, which is this morning, I got up around 7 or so because it was still cool outside. And you can see the wings are nice and saturated. I'm just going to go straight to my Traeger grill. You guys can use a regular grill if you have to, or you can go in the oven, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But I have my grill set at about 300 degrees, and I'm just going to put them with the underside of the wing facing up. It's not normally what I do, but this is a new practice that I'm doing, and it works really well. Just a quick tip for those of you who are going to be making these in the oven. Here's an example of how you would cook them. You'd have a rack on a baking sheet, and I just line it with foil to make it easier to clean. You can set your oven at about 350 degrees or 375 degrees and cook the wings until they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Now here's the reason why I turned the wings bottom side up first. I wanted to put that marinade right there in the crevice of that chicken wing, and I'm going to leave it there to cook for about 5 minutes. Just put the lid on the barbecue pit and I closed it for about 5 minutes, and then when I came back, look how much had cooked into the wing. So when you turn them over, which is how I'm going to cook them the rest of the time, you don't lose that much of the marinade. And then I repeated it when I turned them over. Now, quite frankly said, the reason why I cooked the chicken wings this way with the marinade on it in the beginning was because I was not going to go back and baste these wings throughout the cooking process. However, for those of you who like to baste and go back and forth with chicken and on the grill, here's how you do it. All you have to do is once you make your marinade, just separate out about 1/3 of a cup of that marinade, and that's what you'll use to baste during the cooking process. What I did was get the basting out of the way early. First 5 minutes on one side, second 5 minutes on the other. Got the marinade all nice and saturated. Didn't move the chicken anymore. And here's what the chicken looked like after 25 minutes of cooking. You still don't have to move it. And let me remind everybody, I am cooking off of direct heat, basically. So if you're on a grill, this is how the chicken is going to look too if you cook off of direct heat. This is after 45 minutes of cooking. I took the temperature of the wings with an instant read thermometer and they read 166, and you know our goal is 165. So they are ready to be eaten. And I got some lemons in the back grilling too, just so good. I could not wait to taste these wings. When I tell you this is some of my best work, I'm so proud of these wings. They're super easy, super juicy and tangy and lemony. You can taste all of the flavors from the marinade, and you can't beat the cooking time. You'll be eating in less than an hour. You can't beat that. I'm so glad you guys couldn't hear me smacking on these like I wasn't using the sense that God gave me, but I'm telling you, these are so good. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You know I appreciate it when you come cook with me and hang out. Don't forget this recipe and others can be found at gdseasoning.com, and I'll see you guys next time.